What's going on at Arsenal? I was at the Emirates yesterday. They were magnificent. The supporters, to a man, to a woman, were magnificent. They took their team over the line, and the boys who played for Arsenal yesterday got themselves over the line. It was a fantastic performance and a great result, 3-1 against Liverpool. What now for Arsenal? The Bottlers, last season, in the eyes of many, but is this going to be Arsenal's season in terms of the Premier League title destination? Lloyd is a big Arsenal fan. Lloyd, good morning. You're first on. What do you want to say?
Oh, that was a fantastic win. First of all, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I think people need to stop casting shade on Arsenal. You know, that was a fantastic win. But why does everyone keep bringing up that we're bottlers last season? You know, there was one significant injury that stopped Arsenal from going all the way.
So this time is going to be different, Lloyd, is it?
Well, you never know. I mean, we've now picked up a win against Man City. We've won a trophy against Man City. We've beaten Liverpool. We've beaten United. But you lose to West Ham and Fulham.
Lloyd, and that's the reality of it. You know, if you're a champion, if you're a team that wins championships, you don't slip up against the lesser guys. You know, when you're playing the big guys, it's self-motivating. You're playing Liverpool, you're playing Man City, the big guys, you know, the big guys in town, and you've beaten them. But those players have to get themselves to the same level of aggression, same level of passion when they play someone that they think they're going to just have to turn up and beat. And I go back to when I played Man United. That was you described Man United, and that's why I jumped in. Man United always had a fabulous group of players, and they would always give us a game when we were dominating the league. But they would slip up against daft teams, and in the end, never challenged us. And you've described the Man United I used to play against. That's your Arsenal today. They now have to go on a run and take every game, or treat every game as if they're playing Liverpool or Man City.
Is that
and
the
then
case,
you might become a champion. But that's what champions do.
Yes,
100%. But the difference is now it's not as easy to win games as it used to be. You know,
to explain that one to me.
Well, it's just a different. Anyone can beat anyone. Years ago, when Arsenal were winning titles against United, you didn't slip up as often then as you can now, because teams will give you a game. Any team will give you a game. Look at Luton.
Lloyd, our league has always been like that. That's what makes our league the best there is. That makes it so exciting and interesting, and of interest to the world of football spectators, that any team can turn up and beat anyone at any given time. And that's the great thing about our football, and it's always been like that. And I've played abroad, worked abroad, and I can tell you, it's not like that everywhere. In our league, it's a tough league because anyone can beat anyone at any given time.
Lloyd, thanks for the call. Ben's another Arsenal fan. Ben, are you convinced, or do you need some convincing yet, that it's going to be different this time around for Arsenal?
No, I don't think we need any more convincing. After last season, we did. I'd say personally, we did bottle it. We kind of went south after the Liverpool game. We just couldn't finish those chances. I kind of feel like that was it after that. Now we've beat Liverpool. I feel like, it's the season we can do it. We're not in chase, we are the chasers. I think we've got a better opportunity this season than last season.
Yeah, were you there yesterday, Ben?
I wasn't. I'm currently away with work at the moment, so I could only watch it on TV.
I see, mate. I was just going to tell you about the atmosphere that I witnessed yesterday. I thought it was second to none. It was unbelievable. Thanks, Ben. Matt's a big Arsenal fan. Matt, good morning. I mean, maybe bottlers last season in the eyes of some, but this season's different, or is it?
Hello?
Hello, Matt. You're through to us.
How you doing? You all right?
Good, mate. What's your take on it?
So I don't think we can be called bosses for last season because we weren't supposed to be in that title race at all. We just found ourselves in that title race at the end. And at the beginning of the season, when we weren't supposed to be there, we just didn't have the squad. So this season, I think, if we lose a couple of players like Rice and like Saka, then I think we might be down again. But if we had the squad, then we can go for it, and I reckon we'll do it. We can compete against City.
I'm
and
not
Liverpool.
so sure you convince us with your confidence there, Matt. So, one thing he did say though, Simon, if they were to lose Saka and/or Rice, this would be a very different Arsenal team.
I mean, how much money do you need to spend before you have a squad then? I mean, Arteta spent £500 million over the last 2 seasons. I mean, this is matching pound for pound and probably outspending the other sides. Okay, they come from a better base. It's irrelevant whether you were expected to be in a Premier League title-winning situation last year. You were 8 or 9 points clear in the league. So the argument was, we had Noel Gallagher here pushing back against the Arsenal fans, giving it the big one to Man City about how they were going to win the league. So once you're top of the league, it doesn't matter what the form said at the beginning of the season. If you're 8 points clear and you're coming into the business end of the season, you're in the box seat. And if you blow it, if you lose at Everton, you draw at Brentford, you draw at West Ham, you draw to Southampton, you lose to Brighton, you lose to Forest. That's not how teams win leagues.
Champions.
That's not champions.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's bottlers.
I think Dom's a Liverpool fan who wants to join us. Dom, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jim, Simon, Graham.
Good morning, Dom.
Yeah, I obviously watched the game yesterday, and I've got to be totally honest with you. They've got no chance of the league at all, Arsenal. I mean, if you look at the goals that Liverpool conceded, Arsenal were by far the better side on the day, I'll give them that. But they don't have enough firepower for me to go and win a league title. I mean, we've messed up our, for the goal between Van Dijk and Alisson, whoever you want to blame there. And then, obviously the hitters with another one when Canate gets sent off. I don't think it was the greatest of days for Liverpool, really. But in terms of Arsenal, once they go to a West Ham away or a Fulham away, where as Liverpool, as you've seen yesterday, they still come up to the halfway line. They still took the game to Arsenal and tried to win the game. But once you come up against them sides like your West Hams, like your Fulhams, that are going to sit in, they're not going to bring their back four up to the halfway line.
So Dom, you're very much of the opinion that Liverpool should still be considered the most likely to dethrone City.
100%, like Graham said before. It doesn't take a genius to work out that, once we get the likes of Salah back into that side and stuff like that, Nunes, I think Nunes has been pretty good this season. But I honestly think that you've got to really compete with City's firepower going into these final few months, and there's not a chance that Arsenal are going to do that. They haven't even got a proper centre forward.
Okay.
Thank you, Dom. I agree with a lot of what Dom said. I think, what makes Liverpool super dangerous, and Dom got to mention Jota, who I'm an enormous fan of. I think they've got real firepower, and right now they're without the greatest goal scorer.
Yeah.
So Liverpool just hang in there, get Salah back. You'd be an absolute fool to think Liverpool won't bounce back from this.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.